Yo, what's up guys, you're back with TechNick, and today we have the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Pro going up for a game test. We know it has really good performance in that 108 megapixel Penta Cam setup, but how does it perform in gaming, and more specifically PUBG Mobile and Call of Duty Mobile? So as you guys can see, at the top we have HD graphics and extreme FPS, bottom left we have balanced graphics and extreme FPS, and bottom right we have smooth graphics and extreme FPS. For those of you who don't know, smooth is pretty much low on PUBG Mobile. Now there is also a 60 frames per second cap on the game, and there is only a 60 Hz display on the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Pro as well. So that it kind of ties up with each other pretty nicely, since the max that you can get on the phone and on PUBG Mobile is 60 frames per second. Now, as you guys can see, the frames per second counter at the top right corner of each display over here. So far, the balanced graphics and extreme FPS is actually doing the best in Team Deathmatch mode. Now, where it says FPP on the left-hand side, that means first-person player, for those of you who don't know, and this is TDM, Team Deathmatch mode. On the right-hand side, you can see a countdown timer till the next section, and we will be getting into the results of this first-person player Team Deathmatch mode right now. So here we are, an average of 47 frames per second on HD, 55 frames per second on balanced, and 53 frames per second on smooth. So I recommend sticking with the balanced option if you guys do decide to pick up the Mi Note 10 Pro or already have your hands on one. It seems to be the best. And now we're going to jump straight into Call of Duty Mobile, also doing first-person player Team Deathmatch mode. At the top we have very high graphics and very high FPS. That is the max that you can get at very high graphics. Then at the bottom left we have high graphics and max FPS. That is the absolute max frames per second that you can get. On the bottom right hand corner we have low graphics and max FPS as well. So far, as you guys can see at the top right corner, I think once again high graphics is working the best. It seems like the median setting for both PUBG Mobile and Call of Duty Mobile when playing Team Deathmatch mode in first person player mode is definitely recommended to stick with the middle setting. So as you guys can see on the left hand side there, we also have a 60 frames per second cap on Call of Duty Mobile, and even if you have a wonderful 90 Hz display panel such as on the Realme X2 Pro or OnePlus 7T, you'll still be limited to 60 frames per second because the game is capped at that. So right now we're sitting at pretty much between 50 and 60 on all three modes over here. I'm actually really impressed with Call of Duty Mobile playing first person player Team Deathmatch mode. Please forgive me for my skills over here, guys. I don't play too much mobile gaming. I just want to bring you guys the results, and here they are. 56 frames per second on very high, 57 on high, and 58 on low. So pretty much low is the best. It pretty much goes up by 1 frames per second as you go around, but I'm pretty sure that very high is 56 frames per second is more than enough for most people. Now on the left you'll see there BR, that stands for Battle Royale mode. So we're going to start with PUBG Battle Royale mode, and then we'll go on to Call of Duty. Once again, at the top we have HD graphics and extreme FPS, bottom left balanced graphics and extreme FPS, bottom right smooth graphics, which is the lowest setting, and extreme FPS. Bear in mind that playing on the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Pro right now there is no support for HDR, so keep that in mind if you do decide to go ahead and buy the game. Make sure that you keep your eyes on the timer countdown at the bottom right on the right hand side of the screen, and obviously we are capped at 60 frames per second once again. I've tried to get them as even as possible, so I got some footage of introduction over there, then I also jumped into the parachute and the skydiving, then I've got some vehicle footage over here as well, and we'll try to get a kill though. With one or two of the games I did not manage to find anyone to kill, surprisingly enough. What is happening PUBG Mobile, though the same thing did indeed happen on Call of Duty Mobile. So far I'm pretty impressed with the performance over here. We're getting better results than we did with the first-person player Team Deathmatch mode on PUBG Mobile, and things are looking pretty much between 50 and 60 frames per second across the board, but I do think smooth is doing the best over there, closest to 60 most of the time, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I did get a kill in HD graphics over here at the end of the round, and I got 2 kills on balanced as well, but nothing to save for smooth graphics option. But bear in mind that this is a very long game and sometimes you don't stick with it, and here are the results: 52 frames per second on HD, 54 on balanced, and 57 on smooth. So I definitely recommend smooth, which is the lowest settings, and extreme FPS if you do decide to pick up the Mi Note 10 Pro or the Mi Note 10 for that matter. This is running a Snapdragon 730G chipset, so it is pretty much mid-range. It is an octa-core setup, though we don't have those wonderful upper-class Cairo graphic sensors that we have on all the upcoming, well, actual flagship Snapdragon 855 and 855 Plus phones. We are only limited to an Adreno 618 as opposed to the flagship Adreno that we've seen on the others, which is the Adreno 640 on the 855 and 855 Plus. This does have quite a bit of a performance boost when it comes to gaming over the vanilla Snapdragon 730, the G does indeed stand for gaming. It's pretty much just a little bit overclocked, though the Snapdragon 855 and 855 Plus has a lot more clock speeds, higher clock speeds than the 730G does. Though I must say that Call of Duty Mobile third-person player Battle Royale mode is absolutely stunning. I love it compared to the PUBG Mobile one. The PUBG Mobile is really good, but it feels a bit stale when you can actually use choppers in this game. We'll get to that in a minute. So far, the frames per second have not been the greatest. I think that running this game on your phone, stick to PUBG Mobile if you want to play Battle Royale mode. You are getting much higher frame rates, between 50 and 60. And over here, only on low graphics, you're getting between like 40 and 60. So, but it fluctuates quite a lot, though you cannot really see the dip in frames per second. So that's a good thing to see that VSync is working well. And the chopper gameplay in here is absolutely awesome. If you go to Pipeline on the map, you'll be able to find it every single time. I also dig the jumpsuit over here. And then smashing all the way down to the bottom of the screen over here, you can see the frame rates take a little bit of a hit. But we are capped at 60 frames per second, so that is the max. So setting at about 40 is not the end of the world, guys. Remember, this is a mid-range chipset. It just sucks that this is a $700 phone. It would have been nice for the Pro model to have an 855 Plus chip in it. Nevertheless, we have the results here: very high 35, high 36, and low 47. So that kind of sucks if you want to play Battle Royale mode on Call of Duty Mobile on the Mi Note 10 Pro or the Mi Note 10 for that matter. You're going to have to stick to low settings over there. Call of Duty seems to be better when it comes to first-person player mode in Team Deathmatch, but PUBG seems to be the winner when it comes to Battle Royale. And a big shout out to GameBench for letting me use their software. I do use GameBench Pro, but you can get the Community Edition. Check my description down below for that. All credits go to them. And until next time, guys, this is TechNick.